Hi, I'm Ray. Welcome to this tutorial on how to make a convolutional neural network from scratch in Java. This is part 0, so I'm not going to do any coding. If you want to get into it, skip ahead. By the end of this tutorial, I hope I have shown you how to code a neural network from scratch in Java. So that includes a fully connected layer, a max pool layer, a convolution layer, backpropagation for all those layers, and stochastic gradient descent so that this thing will actually learn. What is it going to learn? It's going to learn how to recognize handwritten digits with the MNIST dataset. This tutorial is for people who want a really close, gritty understanding of how this type of neural network works. It is not for people who want a neural network for their project. There are plenty of libraries out there that you can use to build neural networks quickly and easily. There is no need to do it from scratch if you just want this for your project. This tutorial is more for people who are just interested, like I was. I originally coded up a neural network with some guys, Malishka and Jeffrey, for a university project. That was really fun. We got a kick out of that, and so this tutorial is kind of an extension and a more refined version of the work that we did there. Our project was actually to parallelize a neural network, not to just build one, so there was an extra dimension there, which we won't get into in this tutorial. Some prerequisites going in. You should have a basic understanding of object-oriented programming in Java. Java's probably not the best language to be using for coding a neural network from scratch. I think you could probably get better results with C or even Python, because Java's pretty wordy, but it's just the coding language that I have the most experience in. So it's what I'm making this tutorial in. But the concepts would apply to any language of your choice. Secondly, what you should have is kind of a basic understanding of how neural networks work. So don't come into this tutorial blind. I am not the best teacher in the world. I am just walking you through my code as I've written it, and I'm providing a code base for you to follow along with, but I am not going to be an expert at explaining concepts of calculus, updating weights and all of these things. I mean, I'll explain them in code as I go, but yeah, I hope that you come into this with a bit of background knowledge and what you're trying to achieve. Especially when it comes to the convolution layer, have a read through some articles that I'll have linked below so that you have an idea of what we're going to code before we try to code it. So on that note, for each video, I'll have some homework, I guess, that you should attempt to read or watch before each part of this tutorial. For example, 3 Blue, 1 Brown has some really amazing visual representations of the mathematics that go behind neural networks. There's some great articles out there that kind of cover all of the topics that I will be covering in more detail. So yeah, if you're getting lost, that's fine. It took me hours and hours and hours, tens of hours to put this all together, and especially the first time around there was a lot of slow learning processes to work this all out. All of the code will be available on GitHub, so you can work through that at your own pace. And yeah, that kind of wraps it up. So if this sounds like something that you would benefit from, I guess I'll see you in the next video where we start with reading our handwritten digits from the MNIST database.